Hey guys. Fire, I don't know when it broke out, but it's 5% containment, 490 acres. It was updated 10 minutes ago. Oh, I see. It started at 1:12 a.m., so it's not like I missed it. I was just sleeping. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and check out this fire and see what's going on. Let's go ahead and go back 2 hours ago. Excuse me. Huh. You can even see the stars moving. What could have started this at 1 o'clock in the morning? That's just crazy. And watch as the sun is coming up, it begins to flare up a little bit. So I'd actually like to see this from 6 hours ago when it started. Now what the heck started this while we were all sleeping? It's so bright you can see the mountains. Huh. It's just very alarming. That was very strange. I wonder if this one will show us. It's just showing us all the smoke. Wait, I wanted to see the other side. Look at all this smoke. And this is not too far from the canyon fire, which is, it's out, I guess. Yeah, 100% containment. That was a strange fire too, because, like, nobody really knows what's causing these. So, and that was over by the Hughes fire that happened not too long ago, like January is when that one happened. So now, right up the road, we have the King fire, 490 acres already. And it appears to be steadily consuming, just like fires do. And it appears to be windy in the area. Why it's so dark in this one. It says it's only 6 minutes ago, but it's totally daylight right now. Let's go ahead and view this from 6 hours ago. Wow. What in the world created this fire? Like, people are just driving by. It's the middle of the night. And all of a sudden, this fire just flares up for no reason. It's just a pop-up fire. And at this camera angle, they don't even have it updated, because this is not current. It's trying to tell us that this was from a minute ago, but it's full-blown daylight right now, so that's not possible. Now, this purple area is previous fire damage from 2021, and then again in 2022, the Immigrant fire and the Sam fire. and then the post-fire 2024. So these areas have already been burnt. And it's kind of hard for me to believe that they're burning again so soon. Like, you would think we would get a little bit of a break, but no such thing. At least at the moment. And if these are being caused, I'm just gonna say they're gonna milk it for every last drop, all the way up until the moment that they can't start fires anymore. Which, that sounds funny, but when you think about it this way, that all of these could have been just started, especially one that starts in the middle of the night. Yes, people are awake, but most people aren't out starting fires at 1 a.m. So, there's the difference. And like what we saw in the video yesterday, if you watched my video yesterday, I included, I'm sorry about the audio. It's always like I'd have to go back into the app and turn off the microphone. That's why it's creating that feedback or whatever, or the echo chamber. But anyways, if you got a chance, maybe put it on captions if you can't understand what they're talking about. Kind of helps with the algorithms, though, if I don't, if I make it hard for AI to hear what they're saying. Sometimes it's hard for us to hear too, but in that video it's showing how this fire, the Gifford fire, there was a lot of HAARP indications going on right before this one started. And I don't know what the terms are for all of that, but, and they're still trying to say it's 41% containment. Yesterday it was 131,000 acres. Now it's climbed up to 132. 1,000 acres overnight is not containment. I'm sorry to say, but that's, you know, this is a huge fire, and it exploded out of nowhere. And they're saying that there was a bunch of HAARP activity going on ahead of this fire, and then all of a sudden the fire just exploded. So it's very concerning when we're not looking for it appears that we're not looking for a culprit, really. It's starting to turn into like a usual thing. And look at this picture. Like, I feel like they're not giving us updated recordings, because by this time the sun would be up, unless the smoke is so thick that it looks like nighttime. But see, there's the morning. There, I feel like they put this camera back an hour or two behind, so we're not seeing the current footage. And everything I'm saying sounds like a big conspiracy, but right now I'm in California and it's daytime. And an hour ago the sun started coming up. So, yeah. And look, here's a camera that's got the sun in it. This is current. This picture you see right here, this is current. That other camera, not so much. So, I don't know what other camera to look at. Nice and sunny there. No trouble there. Yeah, so anyways, I just, maybe this one will let us view. Right there. Looks like the smoke is settled on the desert floor. Often happens overnight. But yeah, there was, and look at this fire pretty much. That is a big chunk of San Luis Obispo County. That's a huge chunk. And they're charting 317 on the air quality index right there, right by the ocean. And look, if you see the wind pattern, it's actually blowing it south. It's kind of blowing it around the Channel Islands. So I thought that was gonna let us see the ocean, but so I think this is fog. This looks like your basic typical fog, not smoke. So that's on Highway 101. Yeah, so anyways, guys, what I was trying to say about the Gifford Fire is that video was talking about HAARP. Now, a lot of times they'll spray the chemtrails or whatever out in the ocean, so we don't necessarily see it, but that's what they do, basically seeding the clouds before they get to the land. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but that's happened so many times, and following those incidences were some sort of crazy weather, like an atmospheric river or something like that. But this seems to be different. Like these are fires being started, not storms. So anyways, that was saying that the and I don't know the terms for it, but I'm just gonna call it radar. Whatever it is that beams in, like, I don't know, like Star Wars or something, or Star Trek, beam me up. When that hones in on an area, like they probably just have coordinates, they plug it in and they're like, okay, this is where we need to do it. And that's what happens. But until we can prove it, I'm just gonna sound crazy. I'll just go ahead and sound crazy for now. But anyways, I really believe that's what they're doing. I really think that is why all these fires are happening. And if you notice, hardly nothing pops off in Nevada, and you would think, oh, what a flammable state. Why are there no fires? And I'll tell you, this is pretty flammable state. Well, they did have some. Jake's Fire, that was a pretty big one. But, and wow, they have a camera. It looks like they got it out. But you would think that Nevada would have more than what they have. It's like there's just this little hole punched out and hardly anything is affecting them the same way that it's affecting the other states. And then Texas too, like they're a pretty flammable place to be, and nothing. Well, I know they're having floods in the Dakotas and Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin. There's a bunch of floods over there. And the East Coast doesn't allow us to see very much, like it's just blurred. and they won't even tell you the air quality. So that's kind of weird. I always wondered why this app does that. And I don't know if you guys heard about, there was I think it was right here. In this area right here, I believe. Somewhere in this area. They had a landslide from, I guess, a glacier, and it created a tsunami that covered like one of these areas, the fjord. I don't know which one, but the entire fjord is covered in mud, and it doesn't exist anymore. So, I mean, it's not a populated area, but they did have, in the middle of the night, they had a tsunami from this landslide in Alaska. So I hope everyone is staying safe, regardless of anything going on. I can't get this to shrink again. I guess it's just going to show me how huge Alaska is. Oh, that's as small as it goes. Alaska really is that big. It's bigger than California, which amazes me. But anyways, guys, I am going to let you go on that note, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and just love one another. My advice, just hold your babies tightly. You know, say hi to your family. Don't ever let that moment slip away. Just be present in their lives. And we live in a very trying time. It doesn't seem to be getting easier, but as long as we have each other, we will be okay. So please be safe. Know that you are loved, and Jesus loves you, even if you don't realize it, if you don't know it. Seek him and he will seek you. Maybe that sounded weird. Seek him and you will have peace. That's something I do know. That's the truth. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye.